Hey,
What's up?
what is up, my fam?
How you doing?
I'm doing beautiful. I'm doing majestic. It is a
Oh man,
beautiful time right now.
nah, it is, man. I see you over here with the crazy hula hoop skills.
Hey, it's been years. I think I'm on like my fourth or fifth year spinning hula hoops.
Wow, you
Yeah,
you made me go look into it.
yeah, it's a whole community, man.
It is.
It is like out in LA, they have Burn Club like every Wednesday, and people spin fire and like it's a whole thing. They do something out here in the desert on full moons too. It's a whole community, whole
I just
thing.
want to do some shrooms and go vibe out with that.
That's where it's at.
Man, yeah, you made me. I'm like, yo, this is me and Lisa always say there's a micro community of everything.
There
Of
is.
I know micro community of rappers that rap about cats. For real. And
Yes.
and right now they're on the Frisk. Is that the name of the company? Frisk?
Yeah.
So Frisk,
Like Friskies or whatever, the food.
the like the cat food company,
Yeah.
whatever. The homies write commercials for them, like raps and shit.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yo. Everybody's got their though every niche has its own community. It's
nah, I love it.
crazy. It's crazy. Like as much as we're all different, there's so many things that connect us, and there's always going to be a community when there's something different.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. When I stopped trying to be different, right? Because there's people that try to be different, then
Yeah.
you just look like a fool.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Because not authentic at all. But when I just start relaxing, start taking labels off people like gimmick and all of them. I start taking these things back and just breathe myself and allow people to be themselves. Man, I start finding these communities that was like the most heartwarming shit ever, and I was
Yeah.
accepted like I've been a part of it. But it was just they let me and I let them when we just vibe easy, just real
Yeah.
like simplistic shit, you know.
It's like when you're in like those counterculture groups, like they just know how to love.
Yeah,
They know how to love like
yeah,
they because we're counterculture people, so yeah, we've been discriminated against, hated
yeah,
against for just what we love. So when you find those communities, they just know how to love each other and appreciate each other for exactly who they are.
for
And
real.
like speaking of self-love, like I found a big chunk of my self-love through the hooping community, through the dance community. Like I had been a dancer since I was a kid, but had built a lot of insecurities around it,
Man,
not having the money to pay for classes, not
I,
being trained. So, like, I had huge insecurities, stopped dancing pretty much altogether. And then I found a hoop dancer, saw her online, and was like, well,
man,
that's kind of cool. And it became my security blanket that brought me into a community that made it not have to be my security blanket anymore. It was just something I loved. It was an extension of myself, and that's what it's
yeah,
become.
yeah.
So like it's beautiful. That community taught me a lot, a lot.
Now I feel you on that. That's with hip hop is if you're lucky, you find a community of love. So with me, it was kind of like I was in a very battling scene, no love. That was just tear each other down, right? And I stopped that because my grandmother started talking to me about power of the tongue, right? So I stopped that. Then I found another community where it was a community, but it was the Eagles was on steroids. Like everyone ego, especially like a MC underground, like motherfucker listen to
Yeah.
auto. It was like, it was like me going from abusive relationship to abusive relationship, right?
Right?
So here go, I end up getting diabetes, falling in a diabetic coma, waking out of that, and started building blocks, started common ground.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, I have to create this community, just not even for everyone in the community, for myself.
Yep.
For my fucking self. Like, people, you know what I mean? Like, my fucking self. And, you know, crazy talking about aggressive, I took that same aggressiveness and mix it with the love I wanted. And this is like, all right, this is a community I want right here. We're loving, but we're bold.
Yeah.
We're loving, but
Yeah.
you can't step over us. We're loving, and if you try to come shit where we're eating, we're gonna pack your ass out in that bathroom.
Absolutely.
You know?
Like, and honestly, that's something that you taught me. Like, I have this tattoo on my legs, says no mud, no lotus.
Woo.
So it's all about coming from mud, but turning into the most pure, aligned beauty.
Yes.
And I had always perceived it like I had to come out of that mud to receive that beauty.
Yeah.
And honestly, after moving here and meeting you and meeting the conscious hip hop like community out here, I was like, nah, man, I get to have my mud and my beauty all at the same time. Yeah. And they go like mix, because that was like always my barrier in my spiritual development, was like, I don't want to let go of my grime. Like, my grime protects me. My grime is part of me. Like, it's turning me into somebody who I love. So like, I don't want to be all flower roses and just happy go lucky, because that's not the world. So like, I felt like I had to let go of all that, and I was like, no, honey, like that's you, that's love, that's love to yourself. And like, you know, self-love is like, it's a stepping, it's a ladder. You just achieve
other I just got chills
levels. You know, like, you're never gonna find it in one place. Man. It's always gonna be in different places. You're gonna climb a ladder of success when it comes to loving yourself.
Man, I just got this bolt of energy through my spine. You said that could just remind me of my grandmother so much. My grandmother is a hard lover, and everyone thinks she's mean. But I'm telling you, when you get on that side of love with her, I get mad goosebumps. You become her best friend. She's a black woman from the 40s and 60s that deal with everything. To break that barrier, Lisa broke it because Lisa's strong. With me being a man still, her grandson was still a man. It was a wall. And I just made sure I was just there. And that strength showed me, like, when you saw that, like, damn, that's fuck that.
Absolutely. We learn these as we go, you know? Like, you start at the bottom thinking you got to achieve everything at once. Yeah. And then you hit one ladder step and you're like, well, that felt really good. Yep. But then you still got that beating yourself up on all the other fronts. And then you hit another level and you're like, okay, well, like, this feels better, and it's starting to make the rest not matter as much. Yes. I'm going to take care of that at some point. It's going to happen, and you start beating yourself up less and loving yourself more. And it's beautiful.
Listen, we're going to go into it. What's 5 things you love about yourself? And pick one to really elaborate on it.
All right, cool. So I went physical on the first 2, because I think especially brown people of all different shades are not told to embrace their physical beauty as well as their mental and spiritual beauty. So for my first 2, I went my skin. My skin was something I hated growing up. I lived in a white town. I was one of the only brown kids there. So I grew up hating it, and now, man, it's beautiful. It's creamy. It's caramel. It's delicious, you know?
Hold on.
You gotta love it. So, like, definitely my skin, my melanin, love it. And the second would be my eyes. My eyes are my grandfather's eyes. So, like, that's that one piece of me where, like, I link it directly to my grandfather, and I think my grandfather is a beautiful person. Man. So I picked those. So 3, I did my drive to help others. A lot of times I took this as like a negative, like
Mm.
I because when I get into things, I'm like, I want to learn all of it so I can teach other people. And in the process, I thought that I was just doing things for other people. And then I realized I'm a teacher. I like to share my wisdom.
Let's
That's
go.
beautiful. That's awesome. So, yeah, do I
Let's
drive to help other people and learn so I can give other people knowledge of what I have? Hell yeah, it's cool.
some people don't get that giving spirit. Some
Absolutely.
don't get it, especially if it I don't know, a lot of hurt people don't get to see that, and they will try to stop someone that they think should be hurting like them from doing that too. Like I've been in that yeah, that's powerful. Queen.
We go like 2 different extremes when we're hurt people. Either we become so selfless that we don't do anything for ourselves, or
Woo,
we
talk
become
about
the
it.
most selfish
Yes.
and think that everything has been done to us and we become
Oh
the
man,
largest victim.
man.
Your girl was on this end of the spectrum. I would do everything for everyone else. I even like decided I was going to be a hippie so that way I didn't have to take care of myself.
Oh man.
Like it was that psychological for me. So like I had to learn how to care for myself as I care for others and see that reflection in
Man.
how I do those things. So like for me, a lot of times when I'm like, what do I love about myself? I have to put myself in the minds of people who love me. And that's okay. I see things through their eyes a lot better than I see them through mine sometimes. And then it reminds me, and then I'm like, then I can start finding things I'm all on my own that I
Not real
love.
talk.
So like sometimes it's okay to like put your vision through somebody else's eyes just to open that door for yourself.
That
So
trust is that type of trust, man. That's some big trust right there, and that's understanding that you can heal yourself.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I have
You're the
that.
only one that's gonna heal yourself. The only
I tell
one.
out of 10 people, say I tell people out of 10 people, 7 might stab me in my back, but I'm going to get 3 healers out of that.
Absolutely.
So now, if I do 30 people, I'm coming out with 9 healers.
And
You,
their power is so much stronger than that negative.
yeah,
It's
so
so much stronger than that negative. It
and
makes
that's what,
those 7 people not even matter. Because you
man,
got these 3 who speak your language and bring you to different levels.
and that connection destroys I learned that through the process of, like you said, I went very selfish and I went very selfless. Then my OGs banged on me and said, nigga.
They've got to have them. You've got to have them.
Yeah.
Mine's in here. Rissa, Culture Fuzz, she's in there. She called me out.
Oh, you gonna get at least shit. I get called out. I like getting called out.
Me too.
Tell me, hey, you fucking up. I go, well, what I'm fucking up with, because I don't see it.
Sometimes I'm blind.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not connected enough in the moment to see my fuck ups.
That's tight. That's why I fuck with you. That's why I say, you know what? It's one of these people. I love people that's willing to, get pointed in the direction sometimes they don't see. I don't know, it's a beautiful thing as an adult to have that, as a grown person to have that still, because you don't have this pride of, shit, show me the way. If you don't got the way, help me. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I have to rely that really on just my natural ability to, like, my natural desire to be a teacher and to teach others. Like, I had to learn a lot that I didn't have to be a master of something to share something.
Yep.
I don't have to have a doctorate in something in order to share my knowledge. So be confident in what you know, because just because you're not perfect at it or you're not a master at it, you haven't studied it for years and years and years, doesn't mean you don't have the knowledge. It doesn't make your knowledge any less adequate or
Yeah, your
valid.
experience.
Yeah, you live through experience. You know, how many
Yeah.
times have I been told that I can't do a job, but yet you slide me in that position? I'm going to show you I can do it 10 times better because I have the life experience.
Like, come on now. Come on.
We all know this. We all seen it. We all have had this problem while we go look for jobs. You know you can do that job. You look through all the freaking requirements and you're like, yeah, man, I got that. I do that on my regular day. And then you look at the requirements for your what your education, and it's like you need a bachelor's degree and 5 years experience, and you're like, what the fuck, bro? Like, why would I need that? I got that in 5 years working, in a
Nah,
lower
for real.
position.
Nah, for
It's
real.
crazy. It's crazy. Like, and I mean, it goes to show, like, just in our schooling systems, we don't actually pay attention. Like, girl, yes, we learn from each other. Like,
Yeah.
yes, we learn from other people so much better. Like, I have this little clip on Bipolar by RS, is my clothing company. And I have this video on there talking about mirror neurons. And they're the neurons that make us empathize with people as they do something. So, like, when you watch somebody take a drink,
Yeah.
your neurons are firing as if you're taking a drink. It just has the action shut off.
Wow.
So, like, we are literally made to learn from each other.
Yeah, I
We're
feel
made
that
from that.
all
We're
the way.
made to exchange energy constantly. So, like, like, I'm not meant to learn from a textbook.
That's crazy.
That's not how I was supposed to learn. And I find myself to be more connected in that area. So, like, I learn from other people. This is how we would have learned thousands and thousands of years ago. This is how our ancestors still learn in many different ways.
That's the best teacher. That's been the best teacher to me from the longest. Like, I've been in group homes, detention centers, and I don't know, I always worked well with others, always finding a way how to, keep it going, keep it safe, keep it hustle. The whole family hustles.
Absolutely.
Like,
you find your strength in places.
yeah.
You find where you can make the weaknesses strengths. Like, when you just let shit happen, you find where it is. You find where it's going. Like, it's crazy. We're truly connected in so many ways, and we've been told that we're supposed to function a different way, but, like, this conscious community especially is learning, like, wait, guys, like, if I actually deprogram all of this stuff you've shoved in my head,
Yep.
I can understand the people around me so much better. I can connect to the energy around me so much better. I can see the signs that the universe is sending me so much better.
Shout out to Cal Gnarly, man.
Like, yes, like,
hey,
seriously,
he
like,
would say
that
from
literally
the womb
has
to the
just
tomb.
aligned for me, because I'm getting into numerology right now, because I've hit that level of connection where I'm like, I'm seeing numbers and I want to know what they mean. I want to know what today's universal number is. How can I heighten my life?
Yes.
If the universe is working on ending things right now, I'm not going to start something new. I'm going to end all my old projects because it's just boosting me in that area.
Yes.
If it's all about starting new today, I'm going to start some new shit because the energy in the universe has got my back.
Oh,
Shout out to my dad who just joined. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
But yeah, so, like, all right, let's go. Number 4.
We got number 4.
Number 4 is my ability to understand people who aren't typically understood.
Yeah.
So I've worked with kids in group homes. I've worked with mentally disabled adults and children. And my specialty is talking to people who can't talk. Autistic people who are nonverbal, I can communicate with like that.
That's
they're like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but, like, it's that connection where they have no choice but to emote out of that energy.
It's that spirit.
Yeah.
It's that, man, listen, but you know what you give off? I think you give off that. You automatically give off that. Like, me and my little brother, we was considered a mute when we was kids, because we didn't talk to no fucking body. Because we were just getting passed in group homes. You know what I mean?
You ain't got nothing to say to those people.
I have nothing to say at all.
What you gotta say when you know they gonna be out your life in 10
Man.
days to 10 months?
Now where I work out at, there's a kid that has Down syndrome and no one don't know how to talk to him. But his mom is like, when you hear, he just get in line because we talk that language of he know what's up.
Yeah.
He know what's up. He know what's good.
You can tell by like just the little, just micro movements in their spirit. Literally in their spirit, you can feel it. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, when I moved here, I started working at a gym for kids, and I was teaching like their preschool class, and they had an autistic kid, and they were having terrible trouble trying to get him to do anything. Basically, he just ran the class, did whatever he wanted. Within like 2-3 weeks of me working with this kid, he was sitting down at circle, knew his songs, would look at me and be like, would be like about to jump off something and be like, be careful, Mr. Brady, and mimic me, but properly mimic me. And I'm like, this kid is making so much stride just because he has somebody who understands him. Like, he would get upset, and their instinct is their own to soothe themselves. So they go and scoop him. They don't think of the fact that this kid is autistic, so he has sensory issues. He's overloaded right now. You just touching him sends him through the roof, let alone trying to squeeze him.
Yeah.
That's not going to help him. That's just going to raise him longer.
Yeah.
I literally looked at the owner of the gym and was like, no, let him go for 2 minutes. Let him sit on that mat and let him go.
Man.
And within those 2 minutes, he was calmed down enough so that I could go over and do my little OT exercises. It just like, kind of evens them out in the whole sensory
bring
area.
Him back a little bit.
And he was back to normal. Let's go. We can go back to class. We can go do this. We can go do that. It's a normal day.
That's why
so
I fuck
it's
with
just
you.
Those little things where you read people.
That's why I don't know. I'm drawn to people I'm kind of like that kid. Like, there was a lady named Miss Scott that was my social worker, and that what she did. She like, just let him go out, let him yell.
Yeah.
She said, that's a big baby. Listen, let him, and he
gonna wear back. Himself out at some point. Like,
she said he gonna come back and he gonna apologize and all, and that's what it was. And let me just get this out because I have, my mom 25 years in prison, my dad deported to Haiti, so I have this anger in me, and I know it's wrong to let it out on my grandmother. Because first of all, she ain't having it, and she's doing her best with 7 grandkids.
Oof,
so I knew, like, I had a corner in the garage where I just fucked up shit. Just fucked it up. Just broke shit and cleaned it up when I was done. Yep. Like, just because I feel like as a kid, I was able to lash out on people with that, and I just knew at 11, 12, that's wrong. So you having that patience, that's patient spirit. That spirit, a lot of people, I pray for it. You know what I mean? And that's, damn, Queen, that's love.
Hey.
That's big love.
Hey, it's one of those, that natural quality in me where, like, I didn't even know where it came from and it almost scared me kind of thing. Like, I think that's something a lot of people who are highly in tuned, we get scared sometime of our own power. And when you have like random knowledge that comes to your brain or random know-how on how to deal with somebody, sometimes you're taken aback by it. And I've learned that you just gotta fully embrace it and love it. You are literally a superhuman and you can do this shit. Like, why would you think that's weird? Why would you think that's negative when you sit there and watch superhero movies and think they're awesome? Like,
remind me of the Avatar. Like, when people say that, I said, listen, the Avatar powers wasn't his, it was his ancestors.
Yes.
So when he tapped in the avatar state, it really is tapping in to know-how of generations before him. You
That's
know,
literally when I shaved my head, I was like, holy Avatar state. Avatar state, I love it. Like, and legitimately, ever since shaving my dreads off, like, I've been getting like tingling sensations on my scalp. Like, I'll just feel like
ooh,
energetically connected, and it's just like raindrops of energy on my scalp. And sometimes I'm like, what is on my head?
I feel it.
And then I'm
I
like,
feel
oh,
it.
okay, like the universe is sending me some messages or something. Like, I'm just
Giving
gonna
you vibes
chill.
to tap in real fast. You know, they're
Yeah,
telling tap in real fast. We on number
it's
5 right
crazy.
now.
Hold on. All right, five, five, yeah. All right, last one is my resilience. Man, I've been through a lot, like a lot of us, but I've been through a lot. My biological mother raised us until I was 15. But I was like the Cinderella child. I did everything. And my brother, my little brother, who I love to death, but he was the golden child. So like I kind of got shoved on to the side type deal. And I was kind of there just to do chores and make life easier for her. So at 15, she ended up like stealing a ton of money from my job where I worked as well, and went to jail for like 6 months. Short
Ooh,
stint, but it was enough for me to notice because like her true colors just shine throughout that.
yeah.
Like she legitimately told my father that she had been a parent for 15 years and it was his turn when he was a parent. He was a parent the whole damn time. Like
Yeah.
it was ridiculous. So like it gave me true colors of like what had happened with her, what abuse had been happening throughout the years that I didn't even realize was abuse because now I was in my father's home and I was feeling better about like that area of life. But then it was I went from being an adult to being a child in my father's home. He was treating me as my real age, but I had been living as an
Ooh,
adult for years and
yeah.
years and years.
Yeah.
So I had hardcore rebellion. And I definitely made choices that put myself in really, really messed up situations. I've been in abusive relationships. I've repeated traumas in my family and my ancestry and in my own life multiple times, and to the point of becoming so disconnected that I didn't feel anything. But within all of that,
Let's go.
I didn't do things that would hurt me for so long that I wouldn't be able to grow from them. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get myself a felony that I can't fight myself out of. I didn't create so much friggin' debt that I can't get myself out of. I actually didn't create any debt for myself. I didn't sign a single credit card. I didn't do any
Listen,
of that.
we know that story. We know
Like
that.
I came
I had
out
a
at
credit card at
27
3.
going, what is my credit? Oh, I don't have any. I didn't fuck that shit up at that point. Like, dope, man, that's the best gift I've ever given to myself.
Listen,
Best gift I've ever given to
I'll
myself.
tell you, I had bills in my name at 7.
Yo, that was the same shit. So like my biological mother had bills in my name. I remember at one point I was
Hey.
at my dad's house and she had called and he looked at me and he was like, "Why is your name on the caller ID?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Oh my
I was like
god.
10, 12, maybe.
Yeah, man. It's a hilarious now. I think about it. Like,
Oh yeah.
damn.
I'm like, I was
God
surprised I
damn.
didn't have like $1,000 in Time Warner bills like knocked up.
Cross colors. My mom had this cross color credit card. I was like, I can't even get no clothes.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Right? Like I didn't make out in this. I did not make out in this. This woman stole a ton of money from my job, and I was like,
oh man.
when did you do that? Because I didn't see any. We didn't reap any of the benefits.
It's crazy. This is Mother's Day, and it's like, oh, our mothers.
Yeah, we're like, the mothers aren't always what you make them. Like literally, my biological mother might not be who I expected to be as a mother, but who is sitting right next to my dad right now watching this is my mama Lynn, my mom.
Mama Lynn.
My mom. She came into my life. Actually, her son was my brother's best friend. So she had known me for a long time since they were tiny. And after I was like 18, got kicked out of the house by my stepmom. I was in an abusive relationship, wasn't talking to my dad. And then Mama Lynn came in and she brought me back to like even considering being part of my family, like, and not just saying screw it to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And she helped me out of my abusive relationship. She helped my dad understand me better. She helped me understand my dad. She gave my dad the comfortability to open himself up to me, and which gave me the comfortability to open myself up to him. Like, she is my mom for all intensive purposes, and family is what you make it. 100%.
Listen, Mama Lynn, listen, when you say mama, then you add a name to it, that woman's strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you say Mama Lynn, I had a Mama Rachel. I had a lot of mamas that.
I have them too.
Yeah. Like, I'm blessed. My mom figure is my grandmother. And this year, today, almost an hour ago, is the first time ever she didn't say, I'm not your mama. You know, that makes she really misses me now. Like, but she, you know, she's a grandma that wanted to be a grandma. She didn't want to be a mama. She didn't want to be that G mom. Mm-hmm. She wanted to spoil us rotten.
Right.
You know? But Granny ended up taking care of almost 14 grandkids.
Oh, bless
You know,
her.
I'm an 80s baby, so, you know, 80s. Yeah, 80s. And Grandpa died in the 90s. So she was singly taking care of almost like 6 grandkids at that time. So when 14,
women are so damn powerful.
Man, she raised us like she was a general. Like, you know.
You got to.
And yeah, straight up. And her love is, I don't know, her love is tough, but it made me the opposite. It made me to see that mushiness in her. You know, like it's crazy. So I'm blessed to all the mamas. Even my mama, I call my mama up. My mama still be tripping. My mama still act like she didn't do nothing wrong. My mama still don't take accountability for nothing. But I was a 15-pound baby. So just off of that, giving birth to that, I call her up and I say Happy Mother's Day. Just for delivering me. You know, I was a crack baby. I don't even thought but just for delivering me, and your story is helping me with my glory. And I tell her that. I tell her your story have definitely lit me up and lit a positive fire up, because it made me want to find forgiveness for her, like forgiveness for myself and for her. So yeah, shout out to Mama Lynn and shout out to my grandmother, Lily Bell Allen.
Yes, holding it down.
Holding it down.
Okay. Sharing wisdom and making sure our asses live to be able to spread our love.
My grandma doesn't hit me up. There's an herbal tea that cuts your appetite. So it's like, you know.
Yes, my mom was telling me about a show that I should watch because it's funny.
Hey man, I don't know. I adore those now. I adore those random calls. An infomercial was on and she's telling me about it, and I'm like, yeah, what you trying to get?
Those are my favorite. And Granny said, like, that whole album, all of Granny's little messages and shit, that are my favorite. They make me die every time.
Oh my God, that woman would hit me up at 1 a.m. So you got this song with all this cussing in it. She said, who you learn from? I said, you. She said, good night.
Yep. She know.
Good night. Man, what do your self-love... I like asking this question. This is like a personal question, because when I was young, I had to envision what my protector looked like, or what my guardian angel looked like, so I can visualize it, right? So what would your self-love look like?
My self-care looks like action.
Mm.
It looks like action. Like when I wasn't self-loving, I was idle, I was stagnant. So when I love myself, I'm moving. I'm moving in some sort of way, some type of way. I'm either moving closer inward, I'm moving closer to somebody else, I'm moving
Like
and
some parkour.
dancing. Like I'm moving in some way. There's some action being happened if my self-love is being emanated.
Nah, I feel you on that. That's what it always helped me. I always had to look at characters or anime I was watching where I would mix them up.
Yeah.
Like I remember for 1 year, my self love looked like Sailor Moon protected me. Like I like, oh, they got me.
So mine
Ah,
would probably be Jean Grey,
woo.
Batman. Um, let's mix a couple in there. Let's see.
You
I
said
mean,
Jean Grey.
Raven from Teen Titans.
Ooh,
Come on. Yeah.
ooh.
I mean, your Jean Grey line got me because legit, if I get the question, "What superpower do you want?" I'm like, I don't want just a single superpower. I
Yeah,
want to be Jean Grey.
level 10. That's a level 10. Jean, we know Jean is the most powerful mutant X-Men, and I love that they did that.
Yes, absolutely. Because
You
she
want no
like
qualms.
one, I just love the fact that she's a woman and she's the most powerful in the whole universe. But two, that she has strife.
Yes.
There isn't like a linear beauty of being all powerful.
Yep.
Like there's that deep connection in that story of your power can lead you to danger if you aren't protecting yourself.
Ooh. Ooh.
Jean
Ooh.
had to have her protection up and those barriers up that Professor X had built in order to protect herself from her own power.
Yeah. With even with what's crazy with that? You said, Professor Logan, I said, stop trying to possess this woman. Stop being possessive. Listen, you can't, the more you control her, the more she fucks y'all up.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
more you try to control her, the more she fucks y'all up. Listen, stop trying to be possessive of this woman. If you ain't gonna let her be herself, where Wolverine started, Wolverine said, I just gotta let Jean do her shit.
Yeah.
I just gotta
And
let Jean.
that's real shit. You can't control a strong woman.
Nah, you crazy.
You can't tell us what to do. We'll do the opposite just to spite you.
I don't try. With Lisa, I don't try her. I don't even attempt. I don't even like that look she gives me out the side of
Right?
her
You
eye.
you suggest something and you're like, oh God, let me just get
I don't
out your
even,
way.
I don't know. My grandmother got me a point where I don't even ask questions. Like, I just do it. Like, I just got to do it. I've been late to shows taking out the trash. And they're like, no, you late. I said, listen, nigga, this Willie Dell Allen. Willie Dell. Willie Dell. That's all I got to say. And I think that devotion, I used to think my devotion left me broken a lot. You know what I mean? I used to think that. And I stopped being devoted to a lot of things that I loved and who I loved. And I was burying myself so low by not naturally being me, because I love being loyalty. I love being devoted. I love being committed. At the same time, I love seeing freedom. You know what I mean? I love seeing that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's one of those things. I like to hunt. It took me a year to get Lisa, and I love that. I love that hunt. You know what I mean? So when I start rekindling my devotion for things, man, I think everything start working. Like, let me be devoted. Let me be submissive to these to these things I love that's helping me push, because I thought it was breaking me, Yeah. Have to be loyal to yourself, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. And with me, that's like the difference of finding balance. Because, like, with me, like I'll go full blown for perfectionism because I am a triple fire sign. So like there is no stopping this bitch. Like I will just go head on whether the world is burning around me or it's roses and flowers. I will go burn and crash hard as hell. So literally the universe recently has been telling me to move like water to the point where I spilt like 2 gallons of water in one day in 2 separate accounts. I was like, oh, okay, fish, I got it. Like, I need to work with some shit here and
Oh
stop
my
being
God.
so hard headed. Okay, I get this.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel it.
it's finding that balance is so crazy. Like, because we naturally sit in a way of things.
Yeah.
So, but too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, you know? So like we always got to have the opposite pulling us there too. Like you can't just exercise one side of your body and not the other.
Nah, you can't, man. I love it. I love no's. I don't know. I love when people tell me no sometimes, you know. I get yeah. So I feel you on I need not I need friction. I need that. That's gonna get me stronger. You know that.
I
You
feel that.
know, not begging for something bad to happen, but don't make it too easy. I think me and the weight loss thing, this motherfucker is going head to head in rounds, and feel like he wins some and I win some so right now. So it's it's one of those things where some things do come, but I need that balance, that the yin and yang. I need that, you know. How I say I'm the love monster, you know what I mean? Like some people think it's passionate and some people think it's aggressive. Some people think it's mean and crazy, but people who know my heart know my intentions. So it's kind of I'm cool with it. I'm all right with it.
And so when you love yourself, no one can tell you who you are. Like
Hell nah.
you just are who you are, and that's you find it beautiful, and other people will too. Like it doesn't. Who the fuck cares about people who don't find it? Like there's so many people on this earth. Why are we gonna fret over a handful of people we run into who ain't about us?
Talk
Like
that shit.
there's 11 people on this shit right now. You 12. I'm cool with that.
I'm
12
cool
people,
with
that's a lot
that.
of people. That's a lot of people. I don't even know if I could check in with y'all every day during the week, you know? Like
when I got 32 downloads on my first album, ask Lisa how I acted. I acted a damn fool. We went and got some Jameson, man. We balled out. Like,
yeah. That's because you have 32 people who understand you.
Yeah.
That's 32 people who, what?
I used to think no one understood this. I thought this was my Rosetta Stone. No one would not
right? You're like, I'm putting out this shit. People probably ain't gonna understand a damn thing I'm saying.
Oh, man.
I think about it all the time. Like, I'm so deep. Like, I've been really recently getting real deep into my esoteric studies and like talking about energies and all this stuff. And I'm like, people are gonna think I have lost my damn gourd. And then I start talking about it and I get my inbox is blown up. Where do you learn about numerology? Do you know how to read an astrology chart? Like people are searching for this information, and I'm one of those people that I'll go dig. I love researching. Other people don't like researching. Some people like just learning from someone else, and that's cool.
And you're providing that. Man, that's what I'm talking. Man, this talk, I've been getting goosebumps the whole time. I've been microdosing on shrooms, so it's been love. I think this is probably by far one of my best Mother's Day because I've been able to express so much and hear so much expression. And you know, you're my sister. Like when I first talked, I said, "Man, this is my sis right here for real." This is.
I remember like we spent like 2 hours outside the first time we met each other talking, and I left that place like I had like an hour drive home from there, and I was just like, wow, man, like how fucking beautiful. Like there was just this energy in the conversation, and I was just like, yeah, man, like I met somebody I know I'm gonna be tight with, like
Oh yeah,
for sure. There's this
yeah.
connection, that this bond that is gonna last. Like we're here to teach each other about shit. Like we're here to do some shit together, and I know that.
That's my I think that's one of the best thing I love in my life that I have to this day. Like long relationships with a lot of people, like 10, 20 years, you know, like shit. Fame Kills that I'm interviewing at 6 p.m. I've been knowing him since high school.
That's awesome.
We was in plays together. We wrote a play together.
Yo, that's dope.
So it's like,
I did theater too.
Man, see what I'm talking about.
Well, it's like I listen to your music, and literally like every song there's a reference that like just makes me think of like my childhood, my growing up, things I was interested in, like the Jean Grey line. I was like, yeah, brother. Like,
I got a brother. I got a bro named DJ Root, and he it's crazy. He's in San Diego, but someone would text me like, Noah, you're in San Diego, but they think DJ Root is big black guy, dreads, but me and him have the almost identical life. Group homes, granny raised us, anime, wrestling, love. Fuck you up if we need to, pick you up if we need to. And we're so alike. So some people are like, y'all don't get mad. Y'all said, nah, that's our extension. We in two places.
And that makes so much sense. Like for real, like it makes so much sense. So you were born on the 31st, correct?
Yeah.
So 3 + 1 is 4. 4 is the number for foundation.
Word.
Which just like when I think of you, like, yeah, you are the foundation that so many people have found themselves upon. So many people elevate themselves from the foundation that you've created yourself.
Dang.
Like it's beautiful. And it's our life purpose. Like, and I bet you if we looked at his birthday, you guys would have similar numbers. You guys
we got
actually align. Like it's built in the fact that like certain energies, we just kind of process things the same, which ends up putting us in similar life situations. And it's crazy. Like in this astrology group, they were like, find the person who has your ascendant sign within like 10 degrees or something like that. I found a girl who was the same exact degrees of my ascendant sign. She's from back in New York, in Cambridge, which is a small ass town, 30 minutes outside my town. We all played sports together. She's the same exact age as my little brother, so we probably covered the same ground together at sporting events.
Wow.
I met her on a Facebook group that has thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Wow.
You know, so like it's nuts. It's nuts. Like we're not even aware of it. But then when you become aware of it, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, when I start being aware of it, like me, my homie Big Cali, his last name is Cobb. My family's South last name is Cobb. He's from Reno Valley. I was born in Queens. And so it's like, we're like, yo, what the hell? Then we start realizing, I don't know, with me, I go towards it. I don't fight it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get drawn towards it. I know people would be like, man, y'all look alike because of these characteristics of big black dreads. I said, no, listen, if someone is taking my a plate of nachos for free because it's me and I'm not there, or I'm in Oxnard and someone brought me a plate of tacos because they thought I was him for free, not just because we big. People ain't about to just get big people free food. Listen, it was just, they know us from somewhere and we helped them out with something and they didn't think we was going to be in this place.
Right.
And they just assumed that Noah's here, Root is here. Nah, it was totally mixed up. Me and him hit each other. We were like, bro, this is crazy. I said, no, we need to utilize this and see what else can we get.
Right? Manifest, yo. Like, manifest. Like,
team up.
Align that shit. Y'all could probably manifest some huge shit together.
Oh man, me and him be talking like it's crazy how that works nowadays. I learned to, to gravitate towards and attract. And You know, that's why I got my little brother Cal. And my bro been about it since high school and always trying to put me on. He be like, no, you just be in it, man. Sometimes you don't even care. You just be in it. I said, but I have you for the knowledge. When you need to teach me what I don't see it, I just doing it. But you need to tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, so I can be aware. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I like the flow I have been in to where I get my brothers and my, like you just told me, 3 and 4 foundation. I like foundation 4. All right.
Hell yeah.
No without the H is my great grandfather's name in Haiti. So no NOA was his name, and without the H in Hebrew mean movement.
Yes. Yes.
And when I figured out, I said, wow. And I chose the name before I knew it was his name.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Then James is my father's name that I never met. So I said, let me accept some more mud on me. Let me get some more mud on me. After I seen the Bob Marley story, I said, you know what? I want the mud. I'm an elephant. That mud gonna protect me.
Yes, yes.
like when you said, I said, man, that's some shit I always believe in. Like, you call me dirt, but I was a seed first, so I'm gonna grow from all this dirt. I'm gonna grow from all of this fertilizer.
Man. Give me the shit.
Straight up, especially human shit.
Like, just good. Let's go. It's gonna make me grow.
Oh my God. Like, it's crazy. That's always been my story. Like, whatever is gonna push you down, call you whatever, mud, whatever. Listen, you go grow from that shit.
Hell yeah.
No. And I'm blessed to have Gaias like you. Amy's in there, Lisa J's in there, my sister Mina, my grandmother. Like, I've been blessed to have this energy that always made me feel comfortable in this space to speak my truth on love and continue to do that. Cause y'all some fierce motherfuckers. Y'all some fierce. Y'all fierce as fuck.
And that's an energy exchange because you make me personify myself more. Your music makes me personify myself so much more. Like, the conscious hip hop community here has done so much for my self-development. Like, it's wild. Like, y'all have like put me in like this space where I'm like, oh wow, like I can do, because I grew up somewhere like where I was in upstate New York is super white. I was literally one of the only brown families there. Man. So like, there's Mama Lynn.
Mama Lynn.
So yeah, so like I always looked at self-care, self-love, spirituality as a white thing. I was one of those people who totally believed that shit because I didn't see it in the Black communities that I was in. So like, I just saw it in the white communities that I was in. I was like, I don't even know like if my Black friends will even accept me because this shit's weird. Like, and I came out here and I was like, whoa, slapped. These are my people. Fuck yes. Like, there is knowledge here. There is connectivity. There is love. There is grime. There's hip hop. Like,
yes.
Hip-hop
and I love
that. Such a huge place in my life. Like, my dad was a b-boy, and like I grew up like dancing in the kitchen with him, and like, so hip hop has had such a big place in my heart, and it's almost disingenuous when you're idolizing such beauty, but then you're intaking such negative energy. So to find a conscious hip hop community that's making music that makes me feel validated, that makes me feel like I'm walking the right path, that makes me feel like there's other people who are walking this path with me, has boosted my self-love and my self-development.
We got 50 seconds left.
Hey.
Promote yourself, Queen.
All right, I'm Raven Satori, guys. So I will be opening Masterminds Creative Co-working is actually going to be on a hold for right now, but we are going to have some awesome shit coming to you. It's going to be more about this stuff right here, mental health, natural healing, to get yourself to the point where you're going to be able to work on your own and build your own business and do all that shit. So I wanted to do one thing real quick. I pulled a tarot card for us. for this little
Ooh,
thing, and I just want to read the quote that goes with it because this
we
is a
got
strong.
10
It's
seconds.
so spot on for this. I was like, I wanted to like let the conversation go so we could see how it paired up. So she's the Queen of Swords.
Uh-huh.
So the queens are water nature, and the sword is air. So she's water of air. And the little quote that goes with her says, the person symbolized by this card should be intensely perceptive, a keen observer, a subtle interpreter, and intense individualist. Swift and accurate at recording ideas, in action, confident, in spirit, gracious, and just.
Damn.
Boom. And I think
Boom.
we literally covered like all of those things.
Damn.
So yeah, that literally is just like, that's how I've been living my life, man. Like the universe is just telling us the things, like giving us signs all the time. So like, use your intuition, use your
Yeah.
power.
That's what I've been learning, to use my power, even my physically intimidating power, like for love. Like I say in a song in Magic and Pain, I'm a soldier for peace, love, and unity.
Yeah.
I enlisted, but I am vicious.
Yes.
Like that's, I don't know. I think that's been my route. Like, you know, like I have, I live in a group homes where people was getting molested, and I don't feel ashamed to say the person that was molesting them, I almost beat them to death. And one of the cops said, "You don't feel bad?" I said, "Not one bit." And that been, I don't know, because I was around, even when I was a security guard, right? I would do like certain birthday parties, and the family would tell me, "Watch this uncle. Don't let him drink. Don't let him near the kids." This is when I was doing like bouncing and bodyguard work and shit, right? And the grandma would give me the go ahead. If something happened, do what you need to do. She let me, do whatever you need. That's how she look at me. Do anything. Like, and I don't know, I've been in that position just because of my size, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it's my love. Someone's like, "But that's dangerous." I said, "Nah, this is my love."
Yeah,
This
and
is
that's how I am. I'm a lioness. You mess with my people, I will come to the end of the earth to come fuck you up.
Man,
Best believe, because
that,
this is my universe. I don't need to concern myself with other people's circles. It's okay. There should be somebody on this earth that loves you, and if there's not, you need to love yourself.
yes.
And you need to fix some shit.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
So if you're putting on negative energy, if you're hurting one of my people,
yes,
best believe I'm coming after you.
Look,
I legit, my best friend's baby daddy didn't even come back to the house to get his shit because I stayed there for the next 2 months.
Let's
and he
go.
Did not show his face.
Let's listen. I can tell you this. However my mom and my grandmother feel about each other, I wish someone would say something to my mom in front of my grandmother. No matter how she feel. Same thing with me. No matter what my mom going. My mom had a boyfriend, and I didn't hear her for a month. So I just popped up. He said, I thought you don't come see your mom. That's what he said. "I thought you didn't come see your mom." I said, "Well, nigga, you dumb. That's my mama. Are you crazy?"
And who, just because you didn't before, don't mean you can't ever again.
Nah, I didn't hear from her, so we popping up on you. like, yeah, that's it. No matter, it's I don't know. And it feels natural to me. It feels like a natural thing for me, man. So I don't know, Queen. This talk been love.
It's been so good.
It's been
so good. I'm honored, man. I'm honored. This has been beautiful, and like this is the energy we need to keep putting out. And like, yeah. Thank you.
This is my journey. This is, I'm comfortable now at a point where I said, "All right, Orca, this is your journey, especially through hip hop. You know, I get tempted sometimes to not switch it up because I have opportunity to make more money.
Right.
You know, to or to get in different places to make it a little better for my career, but then it's not worth the longevity. Is not worth it. It's not worth what I'm actually trying to build. It's not worth having, knowing that I'm morally pouring. I'm pouring poison out. I'm putting poison out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I tell myself as a worker, this is your path, my G. This is your shit. This is who you are. This is who you've been, but now you're comfortable with it. Now you
Right.
understand it. I don't
Now you
know.
get to set yourself free.
Yeah, I feel like I'm very free from a lot of invisible chains that I put on
Right.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
And
We do it to ourselves.
and
Absolutely.
and I took a
Other
lot of
people
knives.
don't do it to us. They might have done the hurt, but it's our way of perceiving it and our way of handling it that creates all of those chains.
Yeah.
That creates all of that negative self-talk, that stuff
Yeah.
that tells you you can't do shit, that you won't do shit, that you'll never achieve, that you're not worth enough, that you don't have enough.
I tell people the first time I congratulated myself, it opened my eyes, right? And this is how it felt. It felt like I patted myself on the back and I felt all the knives I put there.
Yo, oh my God, you said that on your Culture Fuzz interview, and legit, I still get goosebumps.
And that's
Like,
what
I patted myself on the back and found the knives. Who? Whoo!
man.
Ooh,
And to me,
chill.
that's why I had to express that sometimes, because sometimes even my weight, I would like put it on my mom because I had eating disorders and I would eat to feel good. When I got hurt, I ate, right? And I felt like someone was stabbing me, but not knowing that it was my cute ass, like,
Right?
you doing it yourself, you doing it yourself. And once I realized that, it became more of like, now I'm facing myself. I don't got my back turned to myself. Now, like, I'm having this conversation, like, you fucking up. You fucking up. You really fucking up. Like,
But
you
we gonna
fucking
do better. We
yeah,
gonna
like,
do better. We
yeah,
can
no,
change.
that's
We
it.
can do better.
Yeah, that's when I tell myself, like, hey, admit it, move on, figure out how to do this shit better. Admit it, move on, figure out how to do
Forgiveness.
this shit. Yeah, so
Forgiveness.
yeah, hey,
Boom.
real talk, real talk. Hey,
Boom.
Queen, I know I got to get out of here.
I
I
know.
know you got a blessed day.
Yes. I'm gonna go take a walk with my dog. Integrate this beauty.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody who tapped in. We love y'all.
See y'all again at 6 p.m. with my brother Fame Kills.
Hell yeah. Tap in, tap in, tap in.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Y'all have a good day. Peace out.